Hi friends. Okay, so I'm just making a quick video in regard to some comments that I'm seeing in regard to new resource development, specifically from Ezra Levant last night. And so then, I like, as an MMIWG survivor, and generally speaking, survivors are ignored and erased, including like veterans and people who have suffered all kinds of terrible abuses. And this is going on all over the Western world. I think it's my duty as an MMIWG survivor to just pop on here and make a couple of points about these positions and that people like Ezra Levant are taking when we're in the middle of a whole bunch of new movement behind industry and that. So I'm an MMIWG survivor. Okay, the men that perpetrate this stuff, they're trained. Okay, many of them, the first time they get this kind of training is in their youth, right? And it happens wherever, men get together and have these kinds of conversations. All the violence that is, like, Canada is full of violence and crime. And those people don't just come up with that stuff. They learn it from somewhere, okay? So I'm a survivor, MMIWG survivor. There's thousands in Canada. Okay, and not all of them are able to speak up the way that I am. And so I feel like I need to come on here and explain to people, like, I was targeted because I'm an Indian, and they told me I'm going to die because I'm an Indian. Okay, and I can tell you all the rest of the program, the MMIWG genocide program, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to point out that people like Ezra Levant haven't been listening to us for all these decades that we're trying to explain. Okay, and Ezra Levant, people like that, they're not reading, and they're not informed. Okay, and they're out here making these very irresponsible remarks in these comments, and it's people like Ezra Levant are the reason why this genocide perpetuates. Okay, so what else can I say? Somebody like Ezra Levant doesn't care about women. He doesn't care about Indigenous women. He doesn't care about First Nations people, and he's a terrible person. And like I said, these are very irresponsible comments, and I think I had to come on here and say something. Thanks for watching.